Wanda, let's go, baby! Let's go!
This podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Sky's the limit, baby.
BoxingVoice.com.
We don't fight for rings and stuff like that. I don't fear anyone.
En este deporte no se viene a jugar y no le tengo miedo a nadie.
We don't come to play in this sport. I fear no one in this sport.
Does that mean that you will fight Triple G later this year?
Como lo dije en la pelea pasada, ahorita mismo me vuelvo a poner los guantes.
As I said in the last fight, right now I'll put on the gloves again.
¡Viva México!
Canelo wants to unify all the titles.
When did you realize, Andy, that you could take his power?
Because of the Mexican warrior that I am, I got that Mexican blood in me, so talking about the Mexican style, I just proved it.
BoxingVoice.com.
Ain't no other sight in the game could see the Boxing Voice.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. I am your host, Nestor Gibbs, joined alongside Michael Gross, where we'll be discussing all this weekend's action, all the results, news and notes, and definitely the biggest headlines.
OMG, I am so excited.
That being Saudi Arabia, Ruiz-Joshua 2. Is it on? Is it off? Is it in jeopardy? Has Ruiz signed? What exactly is going on? Stick around for all the details. The winner of the week, Vergil Ortiz, comes up big, makes a statement. Up to you. Golden Boy pushing the narrative of Garcia versus Ortiz. Stick around, find out which Garcia we're discussing. Joe Saunders said to be signing to DAZN. DAZN making a big announcement on Tuesday as to who they'll be signing. Rumor has it it's Billy Joe. We'll discuss it. And Timothy Bradley, the company man, taking shots at Earl Spence, but actually did a hell of a job commentating Saturday night. I mean, everything he said on air, I was with. It's when the cameras went off and the YouTube cameras turned on that I checked out. But we will discuss a whole bunch of other stuff. And we want to get your opinion, obviously, on today's show and the topics. Those are just the four main. We got news and notes to get to. You know the number to call in, 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 one time. Voice your opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline. Now, don't forget you can add Nestor Gibbs on Skype to be part of the conversation from anywhere in the world. Download that app absolutely free on your respected app iPhone market. While you're there, download the Patreon app to receive a whole bunch more extra TBV.
You're serious? You're serious?
Absolutely serious. But let's get on out to
Big drama show.
exactly the rest of the show.
DAZN production.
I speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it.
BoxingVoice.com.
So when I stop him, y'all gonna say he was too weak. Come on, Mike. He stayed out before he said he was not stopping.
A man stand up for what he believe in, and when you stand up for what you believe in, you accept whatever consequences come behind it.
BoxingVoice.com.
Yo, what's up, everybody out there in the TBV universe? Back with another one, and welcome to Sunday's flagship programming. Oh man, I was thoroughly impressed with Vergil Ortiz last night. Let me tell you, he impressed the shit out of me. 21 years old, but just the poise that he had in the ring. And I know people like it was only Antonio Ocrozo, but he fought Jose Ramirez and took him the distance, and he got a knockout of this guy. He might be ready for the big boys at 140. Who knows? But he damn sure looked good. Also, Héctor Tanajara, you really impressed me last night. You don't really have a lot of knockout power, but you do have good boxing skills, and you do have a lot of grit. And I like the fight that you had last night with I forget the guy's name, but you really put up on a good display. Also, Joshua Franco, Oscar Negrete. Do we really need to see it again? I mean, come on, like third time is like not going to be the charm. Hopefully they don't do it a fourth time. It was a draw. Billy Joe possibly could be signing with Matchroom Sports. There's a lot of options for him over at Matchroom. And who knows? Could we rekindle that Demetrius Andrade fight? A lot more news and notes that we'll get to. And yeah, that's what's going on.
Another day, another podcast. For those just tuning in, or if you're listening to this the next day on your podcast app, please be informed. We did a spontaneous show early this morning, so you got a double Sunday show, which you can check out on your podcast feed right here on YouTube, iHeart, TuneIn, or wherever the Boxing Voice is found. That being said, let's jump right into the Vergil Ortiz fight. Or the card, right? We can start from the bottom. I don't know. Let me double check what Mike did here in terms of news and notes.
Like fights on there, bro. But the fights that I remember was, of course, I watched my guy Mazon. I don't know his first name, but Mazon from Little Rock. He got a 8-round or a 10-round decision over a guy that I thought.
I seen that one. I seen that Travell Mazon fight.
He got a decision, but I thought he could have knocked the guy out. He was doing a lot of extra things that I really didn't like in the ring. He wasn't really trying to put his foot on the gas, but we'll see where he goes from here.
Well, we'll start there, right? Travell Mazon, all my hardcore boxing fans, and for the casuals that don't know, he's best known for his affiliation with Ann Wolfe. Ann Wolfe best known for being a world champion when she was a boxer, and most notably known for training James Kirkland when he was undefeated and at his best was always claimed to...
got.
Excuse me?
And that power she had.
And Wolf.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, like I said, being a champion when she was boxing. And then as a trainer, her biggest, I guess, accomplishment was that of James Kirkland. So she's always had some unorthodox methods in training. And we heard some of that on the telecast yesterday, what she used to put Mazon through. No different than what she used to put James Kirkland through. Man, I went to ESPN to try and find the schedule. They already updated it. So a little bit difficult, in terms of remembering every single fight that was on there. But Mazon made it clear in the build-up that he was going to try and box, that he wanted to be more than just what people thought, which was a puncher. I didn't really see the power. I hear him that he wanted to get rounds in, but, they were slugging. They was going at it. And, he really wasn't hurting his man. He got the win. And I think who he called out? He called out somebody, right? He called out...
Mazon, I don't know who he called out. But, for the fights that you may remember, Joshua
Jaime
Juarez...
Munguia. He's 54, right? He called out Munguia.
Okay, cool.
Oh, no interest?
I don't think he's ready for Munguia, though. I'm going to just send it over to you. Don't worry about it.
What are you sending me? The schedule?
Our schedule from Thursday night show, so
cool.
Might be a fight or two on there that you might remember. But yeah, man, he called out a Munguia, but how do I be nice? If you're calling out Munguia, then a guy like you were fighting last night, you should be able to finish.
Yes.
You should be able to get out of there in pretty good fashion, you know what I'm saying? But you were just doing too much posturing, too much, I don't know what you call it. It's easy to make your feet look quick against a guy with flat feet, you know what I'm saying? Like all that backing up, posturing and shit, we don't need all that. If you want to get that fight with Munguia, show Golden Boy that you have a element of excitement in you, a element of surprise that the fans would want to see again. I don't know many fans screaming about Mazon last night. Just saying.
I think that the fight was exciting and his style was exciting. He just didn't get the knockout, but he had the meditated excuse that he wanted to go rounds. Remember, he was coming off a layoff too, so I believe he had an injury. So
in an early knockout in his last fight, like a first or second round knockout.
So, he needed the rounds ultimately. But for all the hype, they were hyping this dude up, and he's young too. Let me see here exactly how old. 24. So he's young, and they were hyping him up at least 5 years ago when Ann Wolfe was with him. So they need to take it slow, and they know that. The matchmakers know that because this was an 8-rounder. This wasn't a 10-round. This was an 8-rounder. And, this is already his third 8-rounder. So they're definitely giving him, some time, and this is his first fight in 2019, and this is what I'm saying. He hadn't fought since September, so that's almost 1 month short of a year, if not 19 days short of a year. So it's going to be some rust. If Thurman could look bad, this kid could look bad. He's 15-0, 12 KOs. He's said to have power. He had to get the rust off. I think he looked good, but he's just technically, he needs to tighten up.
In the last, let's go 3 years. How many fights have he had?
In the last 3 years, man, bro, in 2017, he had 2. 2018, he had 2. And 2019 is his first fight.
So for a prospect, them not a lot of fights.
No, man.
We seen prospects have 4 or 5 fights a year, right?
Absolutely. I mean,
they need to get them
super
out there. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I just meant to squeeze in. This is superstar schedule.
They need to exactly. I was gonna get to there. Like, he's not Keith Thurman, Deontay Wilder, Manny Pacquiao. He's not those guys. They need to get him out there more constant. Like, this may be what Ryan Garcia is complaining about. He's not getting out there more constantly or whatever. But they gotta get these guys out there more consistently. Don't just throw your whole your whole roster on one card and expect these guys to know what I'm saying shine. They need rhythm. They need time. They need to be under the spotlight. So just get them guys out more.
Definitely, man. So, DAZN giving out dates. Good to see if we get Trayvon back or Travell back on the next one, Mr. Mazon. I'm interested to see him. Next up, we got Alex Rincon. He was the first fight on my card or on DAZN. Like, as soon as you turn DAZN on, Alex Rincon's the first guy there. He's a junior middleweight, but let me get this right. I think he's like 6'2", bro. But he got a stoppage. It was only a 6-rounder, but I don't know. People, like, the commentators were very excited about this guy. The knockout was nice. Power looks good. First time seeing him, so, I want to see more. But, yeah, Alex Rincon gets a stoppage versus someone that was very short. I'm going to give you his name. Joel Gueva, who was 4-4-1. 4 wins, 4 losses, 1 draw. Now he, obviously downgrades to 4-5-1. And Rincon improves to 7-0. And, it's a super welterweight, junior middleweight division. So, they're building up their future Jaime fights or, that vacant title. Hopefully, every promoter likes to keep the titles with them. Like right now, Valdez drops his title. Shakur waiting to catch it. Valdez moves up, waiting to fight Jamel or, Belchek. Burchett was called out by someone else yesterday, too. Who fought? We'll get to that later, though.
Was
Sosa. Jason Sosa on
yeah.
ESPN Plus. We'll talk about that. Good action on ESPN Plus as well. So did you catch Alex Rincon?
Alex Rincon? No, I did not.
Okay.
He's 6'2", sound like a guy that might be interested in seeing. What class is it, 147?
No, 154. 6'2", 154. And he's been making 154 on a dot, so I don't know if he could stick around. Like since he started, I know he just started, but like normally when you're fighting at a division, you don't make the 54 until there's a title. But he's been making 54 or 55. So
also he's making it easy.
I guess easy or
I know Tony Harrison like 6'1", 6'2", and he 154. So it's not a abnormally tall weight for that. Tall height for that weight class. So, but it is advantage though, because you see guys like Jared Hurd and Tony Harrison, and they normally have the reach on their opponent. So if he knows how to use his reach, then he should be a pretty good guy.
And I'll be honest, he could be having worse opposition, but some of his fights, at least they have winning records. And some of them are veterans, have a lot of fights. Like one had 23 fights, another had 15 fights. And at the time he fought the 15-fight fighter, which is Jeremy Ramos. Holy shit, Jeremy Ramos just lost to Mazon.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
How?
Golden Boy brought him back. They're taking a page out of Eddie's book. Nice to see Golden Boy use, opponents. They need to update Alex Rincon's picture on BoxRec. He has none. You're a Golden Boy fighter. You should be right. He's from Dallas, so he was local. They used him. Not sure if they have a Golden Boy contract or not, but he was good. He looked good. I mean, he got a 58-second round 2 KO, something to talk about, but we can move on if you didn't get to see it. And the next one is Marcelino Lopez. This guy was trained by Joel Diaz Jr., the former trainer of Timothy Bradley. He once trained Lucas Matisse. This is another Argentine that he is now training, and they got a knockout yesterday. I don't know that I'm big on this dude like that. He looks a little basic. He looks a little old too. He's got 38 fights. He's got 2 losses. He lost to Michael Perez from Newark. Shout out to Mike, gave him a loss. And he lost to Pablo Martin Barboza. And I don't think that's the Barboza that's up and coming, because that one got 4 losses. And he got a split to a draw to Sergio Javier Escobar. Now, yesterday he got the knockout in 5. He looked good. We could probably blame that on, the new training and things like that. He's got British Prescott on his resume, if that means anything. He also knocked out Prescott, knocked out Pablo Cesar Cano, who just knocked out, Linares. But he also knocked out David Rodella. I mean, he's got a couple of knockouts, but they're not high-tier knockouts. So we'll see. Obviously,
the Cano knockout looking better and better.
Yeah, I mean, Cano got the Paulie win, I think. He got the Linares win under the books. But yeah, this is another Argentine.
I feel you would, my nigga Wood TV. I feel you, homie.
This is another what?
What's next, Hector?
This is another Argentine puncher that Golden Boy is trying to introduce to their fans and whatnot.
They can't show these guys once a motherfucking year though, bro. Bro, it's not like I'm just not seeing some of these guys. Like, bro, I watch a lot of boxing. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not seeing some of these guys on Golden Boy. Like,
no, you're absolutely right. But I was talking to you about this, I think, on Thursday. This is the zone. They're doing a good job with the bigger names, but a horrible job with the lower names. Like, this guy that we're going to talk about now that I want to help you learn how to pronounce the name is very simple. Is Tana. So Ta-Na. And then the last name is Hara. So pronounce the J like an H. Ha.
I ain't been saying this shit.
Huh?
I ain't been saying that.
What? You breaking up.
I haven't been saying that.
No. I mean, not that you did a bad job. It's just such a simple one that I feel like I can help you. When I can't pronounce them, I can't pronounce them. But this one is mad easy. If you break it down into compounds, like Ta-Na-Ha-Ra. And then speed it up. Tanajara. That's it.
I got you. Let's go.
So he got the unanimous decision win. He's a 135-pounder. Let me look at who he called out. He called out somebody, but
Ryan Garcia.
Yes,
we want Ryan.
Yes,
we want Ryan. We want Ryan.
This is a fight. This is a fight Golden Boy should go ahead and make with Ryan. These are 2 undefeated fighters. Ryan will get this win.
I don't think I got ready for Ryan though.
That's the point. That's the point. You well, let's see where he's ranked at. Oh, he's 71. Ryan is probably 20 from the last time I remember.
I like Tanajara, but his opponent last night was pretty much predictable. You could tell when his opponent was going to load up with the right or load up with the left. So he got touched a couple of times, but his boxing, you're going to get touched. But he used his movement and used his feet and was able to catch Buddy with some nice uppercuts. He just don't have a lot of steam on his punches. 5 knockouts, you're going to need a little bit more steam if you're going to be Ryan.
But that's my point. If you're Golden Boy, right, it's time for Tanajara to get something, and you need to keep building Ryan. So you give him an undefeated fighter. And to Tanajara, it's no big deal. You lost to the next guy, the up-and-comer. But, Tanajara's technically, he's sound. He just ain't got no power, man. He couldn't keep me entertained. I'm going to be straight up honest. He couldn't keep me watching the tube. I just,
I was more entertained trying to see what's old buddy gonna land with him. You can see that shit like literally coming. Like you know when he gonna punch on TV.
Agreed. So then Joshua Franco and Oscar Negrete went at it. I'm gonna just say this: it was a good fight. The two, they're just too evenly matched. They need to just go somewhere else. I agree with everything Sergio Morris said, so I'm only going to repeat it for those that didn't watch the telecast. He said give these guys a break from each other, man. They're too evenly matched, and, they could be plateauing. Let them go fight other people for like 2 fights, then come back. They already got a trilogy on them, and no one even knew. Like, this is the first time I'm hearing that these dudes fought each other. This is what I'm saying about DAZN doing a poor job with the lower names, bro. Like, a trilogy, and we don't even know these dudes. Like, I don't know, man. I heard a Negrete, though. I heard a Negrete. I heard him. I thought he was Brazilian. He ended up being Colombian. But I heard of him more. And I ain't gonna front. I know Joshua Franco, too, because he's from Texas. He was one of the dudes Robert Garcia picked up when he picked up Héctor Tanajara. I never, Franco, he ain't do it for me. You feel me? Like, he never brought me to the TV. He wears the glasses. He always got on, like, a golf hat. He don't got no personality. And now, look, like, he got a trilogy already. And this is what I'm saying. No, it is damaging. It is, and that's why Sergio Mora is right. Let these dudes go somewhere else because, dude, how you got a trilogy already that nobody knows about that didn't produce action, that isn't no writers talking about fight of the year? Like, man, that's fucked up. All that makes me think is like, yo, how good are you or how good aren't you?
Yeah, man, that fight, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. That's just when Michael fell asleep. This the fight. I probably got to like the third or fourth round. I was just like, bro, these guys are just they're too equal, bro. And if they keep fighting each other, neither one of them gonna get any better because they're pretty much at the same level. You need somebody that's either gonna push you a little bit more, and they just can't do it for each other. They're like evenly matched. I agree with your rebuttal of what's that guy's name again? Sergio Mora said last night on the telecast. So yeah.
Yo, that's sad. Before I go to the super chat, let me just show you what where is it? Fahim? I can't. Damn, I was about to put it on the screen. I lost. Oh, Fahim said nobody beat for these no-name DAZN dudes. And that's Golden Boy's fault, bro. That's Golden Boy's fault. Yeah,
I can't call them like DAZN dudes. They Golden Boy dudes.
That's Golden Boy's fault because they need more promotion. Now, I ain't going front. Who we were just talking about? What's his name? Tanajara, 15-0 prospect. Well, yeah, you see, Fox does a better job, or PBC does a better job, because Joey Spencer has less than 15 fights, and he's known. Chris Colbert,
bring him up to, we know all his fights.
Chris Colbert has less than 15 fights, and we know him. I mean, there's a lot of people with less than 15 fights. Money Pal. There's a lot of people with less than 15 fights on the PBC side that we know. Héctor Tanajara, we don't know. He's trained by Robert Garcia. We should know. Joshua Franco, we don't know like that. We should know these dudes. But then again, should we? One got 5 knockouts. The other one got a trilogy.
Go to even at the same network. Matchroom. We know Josh Kelly. We know Lawrence Okoli. We know Joshua Boachi. We know fucking what's that guy's name that got knocked out by Michael Hunter?
Yeah. What's his name? Bacoli.
Yeah, we know Philip Hargrover.
Oh, they got knocked out.
They didn't find him, but they promote him now. So it's like Golden Boy, man. The only prospect we know is Ryan.
Yeah, but they did that before DAZN, though. They did that before DAZN. And that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that DAZN does a good job promoting the AJs of the world, but are they doing
what's White Chocolate name?
Exactly.
We know about him.
Yeah, but that's Matchroom, though. So I guess should we be blaming the promoter? Should we be blaming the promoter? Because you're right. I think people know about White Chocolate. His videos have gone viral. He is with DAZN. So is it the promoter or is it the broadcaster?
How many million is he doing? Hundreds of thousands? Is he doing
definitely
on his
hundreds
YouTube page?
Of thousands. Definitely hundreds of thousands. But one of his videos definitely got 1 million from the knockout.
And that's crazy.
Yeah.
So Ammo Williams, we know about him. He's another Matchroom guy.
He's pretty popular.
What's the heavyweight that's lost, man? Your guy. I mean, he ain't your guy, but you was big on him. Nkosi Solomon, we know about him.
Bro.
Oh shit.
Bro. DAZN.
Don't tell me nothing bad.
DAZN, they need to cut it. They dropped him.
They dropped him?
That's the word on the street. Word on the street, they dropped him after his second fight, which he won.
Al'll pick him up. Somebody will pick him up. He ain't gonna be dropping long. Main event will pick him up. Somebody need heavyweights. They need opponents. If you're a heavyweight, you still got a chance to come back. Maybe the being dropped is the best thing for you. You know what I'm saying? Having a Jordan back in the day when he got cut back in high school, maybe you can have a Jordan moment. You feel me? But yeah, man, let's go ahead and move to the main event. My guy now. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh.
I like this guy Vergil Ortiz, and to see Robert Garcia and his corner, I'm just like, God, Robert just got an endless supply of bad motherfuckers, don't he?
Yeah, he got some people over there.
And he's sparring Jose Ramirez. I mean, I don't know if he's sparring every day, but I'm pretty sure
he spars with Ramirez and with Mikey. I seen some build-up videos.
He spars with Mikey too?
Of course.
This guy didn't have a
well,
chance.
Here's the story, because in your intro you kind of gave some misleading information. He's actually a 147-pounder. And Orozco also is 47 for this fight. Both had one fight before this at 47. Orozco actually fought Ramirez at 40 and went to decision with him at 40. So it's okay for the puncher in Vergil to have gotten the knockout at 47. But Vergil was originally a 140-pounder.
How many fights has he had at 147 too?
This is just the second one. So because of the congestion in that Robert Garcia camp, he's being forced to strategically move up, because it's like, I can't fight Jose Ramirez. You know what I'm saying? Regis is in court. Wherever that other title, Josh Taylor's in the UK.
They gonna let him jump in for Josh.
Then think about it. And then you got Mikey might be there too. So it's like, yo, I got to go. So he trying to move up to the big boys. But I'm telling you, man, I don't know. Look, I'm not saying I'm not sold. I'm not saying I'm not sold, but Golden Boy is pushing Danny. I don't know if they're trying to use Danny's name for the buzz to grow Vergil's name, but if Danny versus Vergil happen next, I don't know that Vergil loses. I'm not even gonna say I don't know. Vergil loses. Danny's taken welterweight shots by big punches his whole career. Like, even at 40, he's took the creme de la creme shots. Like, Vergil is a prospect that's got a lot of power, that's got a lot of hype behind him, but he ain't been in there yet. Like, Herrera is the biggest name. Now, yesterday he fought Antonio Orozco, and that's a decent name, Mike. I ain't gonna front, but like, after watching the way Vergil broke him down, I'm questioning Orozco's tank now. I'm questioning his tank now. Like, we see him be this quote unquote relentless Orozco.
No, hold on, bro. Hold on. Did you see the shots he was getting caught with? Like the shot that landed clean.
I hear you.
When he got that shit was clean, and it took 2 or 3 shots to knock him down on clean shots. So that guy, I mean, he's not no chump in there. No. And then he wasn't even knocked out. The ref waved it off.
No, but I never say he was a chump at all. I'm just saying that I think he gasses. He was doing a lot of nothing in there, and he had no accuracy. Like, he was just in there waiting to be knocked out. Like, the relentless of the Orozco that, they sell us, that I think that was out the window by like the 3rd or 4th round, maybe. He was already like slowed down. And look, it was a good move by Golden Boy. That was their fighter. They lent them to Top Rank for the Jose Ramirez fight. He lost to Ramirez, but he got cachet because now Ramirez is unified. So they were intelligent enough to give him to their up-and-coming prospect, to give him his second loss. But I guarantee whoever he fight next, that's a decent name, is also going to beat him, because we overestimated or overgauged this dude. Like, he not accurate, man. He relentless, but he not landing them shots. He's just not landing. He's just not landing, man. Not in my opinion, man. I mean, I like Vergil. Vergil nice and composed, too.
I just think maybe it could have been the weight, you know what I'm saying, going up to one, because I wasn't aware that he was going up to 147, and I don't know if he was doing it naturally or just maybe it was a opportunity that he couldn't pass up because of the money. So with that said, I'm not going to condemn. Well, no, I take that back, because Antonio Orozco, now correct me if I'm wrong, you guys, wasn't he scheduled to fight Jose Ramirez prior, and he got hospitalized because of weight, or is that somebody else that I'm thinking about? They fought eventually.
They fought. I don't know about the rescheduling.
Okay. I could be absolutely wrong. Let me know in the chat if I'm wrong. But I just think maybe going up to 147 was just a little bit too much for him. And Vergil was landing, like, when he got him buzzed and got him hurt in that 6th round, he was on the prowl, and he wasn't even pressuring his work. He stayed a good distance. He stayed away, and he was just landing some shots that I was just like, man, if you picking shots like that, bro, you gonna be good. You know what I'm saying? Because the accuracy of Vergil versus Orozco, I can't say was night and day. Orozco has to do something.
Problem is, he picked up a gold title, which puts him underneath the interim title in that division, which is gonna raise him in these rankings. Ortiz is 10, but again, the WBA regular is vacant. I don't know who's the interim champion, but he's definitely the gold. Like I said, Golden Boy is pushing that Danny Garcia fight. What do you think about that? Too soon?
Man, come on, man. Come on, bro.
I mean,
I ain't even want to address it. Like,
I think it's too soon.
This kid's still a prospect. How active has Vergil been? Like, he ain't even been that active. Then you got a guy moving up in weight. Like, at least give him a live body. Like, give him Ray Austin. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Ray Robinson. So something like that, maybe to really test him. But Danny Garcia from Orozco is night and day, bro. You don't do that to a young prospect, especially one you want to build from. You know what I'm saying? You want to build. Don't you want to build with Vergil? Don't you see Vergil as being like one of those possibly money guys? Like, you don't want to throw him to the wolves too early. And Danny is definitely a fucking wolf. I'm telling y'all, Danny's going to surprise a lot of people if he get another shot at one of these guys. Except Terence Crawford.
We got a super chat says Vergil needs to go into the late rounds beforehand. Whatever that means.
He needs to go at least 9 or 10 or 12.
Oh, before the Danny fight.
Yeah.
Okay, before the. I mean, looking at his he's 14-0. I don't know why they would be even insinuating that. They got to be clout chasing.
How many fights Danny got? Like 36. Come on, man.
Too much experience. That's what he got.
Man. Yo, we got another super chat.
We got another super chat that says, "Bro, Orozco had a hard time making 140. Fainted once."
I knew something like that happened.
There you go. Well, then he should have did well at 47, but he just ain't letting them hands go enough. Not to face or beat Vergil Ortiz, but Vergil does good. I don't want to move on without at least picking a few next fights for him. So easiest way always to do is go to BoxRec, right? BoxRec, he's ranked number 17 in the world. So that's.
I like the Ray Robinson fight because we seen Ray against Kavalauskas, a prospect over there on Top Rank.
He's ahead of Robinson right now. Would they take that? He's ranked 10 spots ahead of Robinson is 27.
I mean, that's still a fight. That's a barometer. Josh Kelly, Kavalauskas. I mean, he gave both those guys tough fight. If you knock out Ray Robinson, if you stop Ray Robinson, Josh Kelly can do. He highly touted. Kavalauskas got a fucking Terence Crawford fight off of that fight. If you knock out Ray Robinson, that's a statement to me.
Yeah, but you're going backwards with you know. I know. Nah, just hear me out. Just hear me out.
It's arguable that he won that Ray won both of those fights.
You know that because you a fucking hardcore. Don't know casuals is gonna see Ray Robinson name on the screen with those 4 losses or 4 draws or whatever the fuck he got. They gonna see 3 losses, 2 draws and be like, man, what the fuck? Nah, you know who you put him in there with next? I'm gonna give you the perfect fight. It's a tough fight though. Tough fight. Kid, he done stepped up. You go number 17 versus number 18. Anthony Juice Young. Just knocked out Saddam Ali on DAZN.
Ain't he the IBO champion?
What? Really?
No, that's Fulton. That's Fulton. I'm sorry.
So he knocked out Saddam Ali on DAZN. It's a DAZN fight. Easy to make. Easy. And he got 2 losses. So... But those were early in. You know, he come from that Tevin Farmer school. You know, he got the Tevin Farmer trainer, and he turned it around. He do got a vacant World Boxing Council United States, you know, silver welterweight title.
They ain't gonna do that.
Why? Because he knocked out
feel
Ali.
like
So give him Ali then. If you give him Ali for Ali is for Ortiz, Ali is a name that beat Cotto, and for Ali, Ortiz is a young prospect that you need to beat if you want to act like you're still around. But Ali is coming off of the last 3, man, 2-1, so they might not even put him in there. And you know he got a UD versus Mauricio Herrera. Vergil Ortiz knocked him out. So I don't know, man. But if you're Golden Boy, you ain't thinking like that. You thinking Ali's on his way out. He ain't a dude that's gonna fight into his 40s. Go ahead and put him in there with Vergil now. Use his name. And again, for Ali, you got to bite down. If you still really want to fight.
We got a super chat from Carlos Cabrera.
Yeah, I like those options, Carlos. Get Molina Jr., Collazo, or Lipinets. Stay away from Collazo and Lipinets.
No Lipinets.
Stay away from Collazo and Lipinets right now.
Collazo, maybe he's old, but Lipinets, he gonna eat you up.
Yo, stop disrespecting Collazo, B. Put Collazo in there with Crawford. See what's gonna happen.
He want to hang on to Collazo because he's the one fight that Keith Thurman, other than Manny Pacquiao, had a little bit of adversity.
Nah, man, I like Collazo because, bruh, I counted him out after Amir Khan spanked him. I mean, I thought Collazo was gonna beat Khan because Khan's a bum to me. And then it's like, yo, Collazo went in and did some straight weird shit. I mean, that fight was crazy. So I said, that's it. I'm done with Collazo. And then he turned it around. He beat 2 prospects, man. Sammy Vasquez, heavily touted. Then he beat Brian Peralta. You know what I'm saying? And he was about to have a good fight with Jose Benavidez Jr. to really show us what level Benavidez was on. And Benavidez pulled out. So, yeah.
I got a name for you.
Who?
David Abanesian.
I mean, too tough a fight with not a big enough name, bro. Like, Americans don't know Avanesian, man. You making these weird fights. You gotta be a promoter. Listen, you gotta think that you're Eric Gomez or you're what's Roberto De La Hoya or you're fucking Oscar De La Hoya, dog. You ain't trying to get Ortiz. You're trying to build Ortiz to the next Canelo. That's always your goal.
Granados.
That's a tough fight too, but he might stop him. He might stop him coming off a loss. I like that one. Coming off a knockout loss to Danny. He just was in there with Danny on Fox. Hey, Dolani Minge. He ain't known though. I ain't gonna front. That's a bad pick. Thomas Delorme. He fought Broner, right? Did he fight Broner?
No, he fought Jesse Vargas.
And who else?
That was Essie Theopain who fought Broner.
Nah, Theopain is retired though, I think.
I said Theopain fought Broner.
No, I know. I'm just saying once you threw that name in, I started computing. I like the I think what was that name I just said?
Algieri?
Whoa, not yet. No, Algieri's 40 though. Algieri ain't going up for that. Algieri 40. Algieri totally 40. But what was the name I just said?
Granados, Brown.
No, Delorme. That's doable. He was on DAZN. He's a free agent. That's doable. And you know what I was going to say at the first, but he's fucking trained by Robert Garcia. Josecito Lopez, bro. Off that Thurman.
He won his rematch.
I mean, you know, they might give it to him to preserve Thurman. They might give it to him. Yo, talking about Thurman, don't let me forget to talk about, man. You know, ain't no way.
Him blasting Manny Pacquiao.
Not even. Just the fact that you know, Robeisy Ramirez trained out that gym, and man,
Jim taking L's ain't that different.
Bruh. Yo, that wasn't Dan Birmingham though, bro. That's what I'm saying. Just don't let me forget to tell the facts, man. Nah, you're right. It's the gym.
You heard the caller the other day, headbangers out nigga till I die or whatever he said. Mm-hmm. They serious about their gyms, but let's go ahead and move on to that ESPN card. Jason Sosa gets stoppage over Lydell Rhodes. Lydell was just in over his head, man.
I mean,
later, like
I like that Sosa separated himself. You know, I thought Sosa was gonna get a decision win. So I like that he separated himself, and I'm buying the story they selling. They selling the story that he had the big fight, he blew all his dough, he's back refocused, he's hungry because he lost it and he wants to regain it. So this win really gave validity to that to that little promo that they were selling about him, right? Because like if you go in and you get a decision, like do you really know what you need to do? You know, and then he called out a good fight, right? He said Miguel Berchel. Yeah. That's a good fight. Puerto Rico versus Mexico. I just don't know, man. Berchel got so many options. He got the all-out Mexican affair that I'm sure they're gonna offer him with Valdez. And then I guess you could do the Jason Sosa if you want. But Sosa is a dangerous fight for Berchel. I think Berchel is small for that division.
I believe Berchel is a possible free agent, right?
Wait, he said Berchel? Miguel Berchel.
Is he at 130 or is he at 140?
Yeah, he did say Berchel. No, Berchel's at 130, WBC champ.
Yeah. But yeah, Jason Sosa, I mean, look, I don't know if he's ready for that kind of step up yet in action. He fought Gamboa, right?
But that's the thing. You thought he beat Gamboa. You know, the world thought he beat Nicholas Walters. He's ranked number 5, but after yesterday, I'm sure they're gonna rank him higher. So, you know, there's a lot of people knocking on that Berchel door in terms of rankings. You know,
he might be a possible opponent for Jamel Herring down the road if Jamel Herring is able to get past Roach.
Yeah, I mean he's number 6 in the Herring ranking, so. You know, and Lamont Roach, who's also on DAZN with Golden Boy, is, the mandatory to Herring. But they're throwing so much at Herring. I mean, there's not rumors. Bob is directly telling Frampton, if you want a belt, move up to fight Herring. Mm-hmm. You know, but now Frampton is injured. For those that don't know, he was supposed to fight on this very same ESPN Plus card that we're talking about, but he suffered a hand injury where a lamp post fell on his hand.
Crazy.
And, freak accident. We'll see, because, you know, one thing Mark Kriegel said correctly on the telecast is what he can't afford to lose his time. He's old, and, it's never good to have a training camp and not get it out. It's like blue balls, you know what I'm saying? It's like getting all hot and not having sex. Like, what the fuck? Nah, you gotta get rid of that.
All guy moving up to his, second weight class, right? He started at 122, so 126, now 130.
Yeah, you know, we didn't talk about that kid, Tristan. Was that DAZN or is that ESPN? The 6'4" kid, 17.
I don't know. I think that was DAZN.
Scored a beautiful knockout. Let me look it up, man. Yeah, Tristan. 4-round light. Damn, that boy a light heavyweight? Holy freakers. We ain't even talk about Edgar Berlanga. Wait, what is that ESPN? No, Edgar Berlanga is ESPN. Oh, okay. Tristan was on DAZN, Mike. Tristan was on DAZN, and man, that was a good little scrap. It was a quick one. 17-year-old had to get his parents, consent to get a boxing license, but he looked good, very tall, so he's gonna get the eyeballs just for that height. But 17. I mean, this kid might finish at heavyweight. At 17 years old already. No reason to rush him either, you know. I'm not sure if getting a title at 175 is in the cards for him. Because, again, he's 17. You never know if a year from now he's even in this division because he's 17 and he just keeps growing and eating, right? But he's big as hell. Dude did a backflip when he got the win. Interested in following his career. So shout out to Tristan Karuf. You know, he got a good stoppage last night over Kendall Parther. It was definitely worth the note. But starting on that ESPN Plus card, you got Jeremy Adorno. Shout out to Jeremy Adorno. He's Puerto Rican. Dude trains out my gym, bro. I was so shocked to see this cat on TV, not knowing, right? Because he's obviously 126, so, you know, he's just mad small. So when I'm in the gym, you know, I'm talking to the trainer or the bigger pros. I'm talking to Shadasia Green. I'm talking to Hakeem. I ain't even know old boy was a pro, but I got to see him spar, and that's the beauty, man. He looked so good last night. But the funny thing is, I want to bet almost anything. I seen him get, worked in the gym by this. I don't even know his name, but by this amateur who got dreads. I think he's gonna be in the Olympics.
About Tristan?
No, I spoke about Tristan. I'm talking about Jeremy Adorno. He just popped up on TV. He was the opening bout for ESPN, and dude trains out my gym. I ain't even know he was fucking pro. He looked so skinny and thin. I'm thinking he was an amateur. Plus, I seen him sparring with amateurs. I ain't think he was pro. And I'm like, oh, shit, training and everything. We cool as hell. And I seen him. I'm like, okay. And then he looked good. His nickname is Magic Hands, and his brother's name is like Tornado Hands or some shit. Everybody got good hands over there. Oh, no, his brother's name is Bless Hands. But yeah, shout out to Jeremy Adorno from PA. He comes out to our gym to get the sparring. He got a knockout win. Did his thing. Great footwork. Still young as hell. I think he was 18 too. A lot of youngins in boxing, man. That's what's up. They taking over. A lot of young people. So next we had Sonny Canto, who did his thing again. Looked good. Got the stoppage, if I'm not mistaken. Let me double check. I believe he got the stoppage, man. Oh, went the decision. What the hell? That is crazy. Yo, he's coming in at 214. Yo, I don't remember. I thought he got the stoppage over Guillermo Del Rio. Yo, and I was shocked to see Del Rio. Let me tell you, when he walked in, they talking about 5'8", heavyweight. He weighed in at 225. Let me tell you, he didn't look fat neither, though, Mike. He didn't look like overweight. You know what I'm saying? He just ain't look like Sonny.
Look down.
Yeah. I'm really shocked he didn't get the stoppage, bro. Like, he was beating the brakes off this dude. Like, body shots, everything's doing a good 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna have to go back and watch. I must have fell asleep. I thought he got the stoppage. But first couple of rounds that I remember, he was killing them, especially to the body. That 3 was always landing. Interesting. That's not a good look, man. 2-2-1, and you get that decision. I don't know. We got to see, because I'm telling you, I'm about to put that shit on. Oh,
Why you ducking, man?
Ducking what?
Why we ain't talking about your boy, man?
Who?
Robeisy, man. You were the one that was
Yeah,
I'm coming up.
I'm coming up.
Ready for him? Cuba deflected. You know what I'm saying?
Bruh, I'm coming up the rank. Like, he's not in line. We started with the opening bout. Jeremy Adorno.
Those the people came with. They want to talk about Robeisy.
We speaking about the heavyweight that I've been telling them about, Sonny Canto. Now I want to talk about Donald Smith. We're going to have him on the show tomorrow. He took on Raheem Abdullah. I think Donald Smith, he looked good. He looked good, man. He looked good enough for me to Google him, get some social media, reach out, and schedule him, man. I like what I saw. I'm interested. Hope to see more. Don't know if he's with Top Rank or this was local. They needed him because he's a Philly fighter. Michelle Rosado had a lot to do with this card. So maybe they needed him to sell tickets, and they got him. He went the unanimous decision, and obviously at this level, that ain't what you want, especially now with a dude with the 3-2, kind of like that Sonny Canto predicament. But like Canto, like, they dominated they dudes. I just think that these dudes are just durable, I mean, Bradley was talking highly of Raheem Abdul. He was shocked that he was looking as bad as he looked. So I think Donald looked good, though, especially as a southpaw. And for that weight class, Mike, bruh, featherweight division, bruh, 126. This dude's 5'11", easily pushing 6 feet. Easy. Huge. Towering. He just got to, hone in on them skills a little bit more. But 10-0, 6 KOs, and real good boxing skills, man. I'm interested in seeing him again. Just wanted to highlight him. He did a good job last night. Used to supply us with tons of video from Paul. And he pulled the win off yesterday, man. Tough fight. You know. That kid Bunch was good. Good movement, good jab, a boxer for sure. And poor Paul Crow's shorter by a lot. Had to always cut the distance, bro. Tough fight, and he got that win, man. Very tough fight at this level, bro. Listen, first of all, the kid that took this fight was 2-0, taking a fight with a 4-0 fighter at this level. So Bunch believed in himself too, and his team believed in himself. Like, you don't see that early in. But television is doing this, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, we watching people like Shakur at 12-0 get title shots because television is forcing them to grow up faster than the traditional way of building up a fighter, the way that Canelo was built up, you know? So Bunch wasn't here to lose, man. If you like a boxing match, that was a nice boxing match. It's worth a watch. 147-pound division. Paul Crow, you know, he had a little setback in his career because he was fighting a body. Eventually, you know, he was, I don't want to say acquitted, but charges was dropped. So he beat that. He's back in the ring. And he's working his way up, man. He's working his way up. He's only 5-0. 4 KOs, though. Working hard at that Jason Sosa gym. You know, he had Rel in the corner, Coach Rel. Just watch out. Coach Rel was in that corner. He was in the Sosa corner. You know, there was a lot of work being done, man. Tevin Farmer camp is moving up, man. And I'm telling you, pretty soon you're going to be hearing of a dude called Steven Ortiz coming out that camp. And the other dude that I was asking you Thursday, his last name is Ford. He's from that camp too, signed to DAZN, Mike. Ford, you don't know what I'm talking about?
No. What's the first name?
I can't remember. That's why I said Ford. But he signed at the zone. He's like 1-0 or 2-0 right now. They signed him straight out the Emmys.
I probably know him when I see him again. Probably won't know him.
Something Ford. Anyway, getting to what Mike is here to talk about. Robeisy Ramirez takes on and suffers his first loss versus Adan Gonzalez in a 4-round featherweight fight. So, again, I think that Tim Bradley, I was about to text Monica, his wife, but I'm like, yo, Ness, it's Sunday. Because I feel like Bradley's listening to us on his way to work. He's changing every day. He's getting better and better at the commentating. He's still extremely biased, but he's getting better and better at the commentating. Even with this fight, he was extremely biased because he was like, oh, Shakur said he was that great? Wow, that ain't like Shakur, because Shakur liked to be the best. But if Shakur said that, then, man, this guy got to be good. And it's like, all right, whatever. But, yo, Robeisy suffered a first-round flash knockdown, and the pressure of that deficit on the cards, I believe, forced him to fight outside of his traditional style. Not like I know his traditional style, Mike. I'm not insinuating that. What I don't want to do is insinuate the way that Timothy Bradley was. You know, but I feel like Timothy Bradley might be right too. So, you know, it's difficult, man. I was expecting so much more for him. I feel devastated for him. He just had twins. He just defected. It costs money to defect. Minimum, you know, speedboat from Cuba over here is $10,000, you know, and he didn't do that. He went to Mexico and had to hide out and mad shit. So, look, Nkosi Solomon didn't get dropped his first fight. He got dropped his second fight. You know, so Robeisy still has an opportunity to come back. Maybe Top Rank looks at those gold medals, something that Solomon didn't have. Solomon
lost his first fight too.
Huh?
Solomon lost his first fight too.
Yeah. Solomon lost, but what I'm saying, Robeisy didn't have I mean, Solomon didn't have the gold medals that Robeisy have, so maybe Top Rank gives him more of a second chance is what I'm saying. You know, Solomon didn't have no gold medal, so it's understandable cutting him loose after the second fight. This dude, can you rebuild? You want to believe that he could be Bernard, who suffers the first loss and is able to come back. On the telecast, I think they mentioned Marquez suffered the first loss and was able to come back. The performance, again, Bradley is right. And for those that didn't watch the telecast, Bradley basically was saying he blamed everything on the trainer very aggressively. He felt that
the trainer, I mean, if that's how he was training, training with your hands down, backing up in a straight line, not using angles, I would expect more from a decorated amateur like that. I just think maybe the pressure of him telling you and maybe telling other people that he's going to be an action-packed Cuban kind of fighter, maybe that was going against what he really is. You know what I'm saying? Just coming forward with your hands down. Not a whole lot of.
I mean, his hands wasn't down though, Mike.
His hands was down, bro. Like he was coming. He would come for a run up, then he put his hand up.
I mean, I want to say that the knock on him was that his hands was up. His issue was keeping them up, trying to walk the dude down with no jab, and my man was just like doubling up and then slipping that uppercut right through the middle of that fucking guard, bro. He didn't use a jab. That high guard was stupid. It was European. The dude was working him. He was working him. He outworked him. Bradley put it in our mind that Robeisy had to win the next 3 rounds after that knockdown. So we were looking for his activity, and Adan was just doing more. He just was doing more. And you know, and Bradley, again, I felt like he was right when he's like, yo, he didn't use the jab. Like, he wasn't setting nothing up, and that was the pressure of the knockdown. Bradley didn't say this, but I believe that was the pressure of the knockdown forced him to not box traditionally and try to seek this knockout that he felt he needed due to being down in that early round. It's not much to say, man, except this, though. You know, Top Rank gets a lot of credit for their matchmaking skills. This was poor matchmaking. This kid was 4-2-2.
You took my shit, bro. I was going to talk about how they get all that praise for their matchmaking, and then with your debut, with your 2-time gold medalist, you put him in there with that, and you did something similar to another 2-time gold medalist in his second fight.
Bruh, let me tell you, no, because the other 2-time gold medalist, was different.
I'm just trying to make it sound good.
No, I know. He came out and said, I want a title shot. My first fight, Bob rebutted. Get this fight first, then we'll get you a title shot. So with Robeisy, he didn't come out with that. He came out the opposite. He told everybody, nah, I'm taking my time. So that's why they gave him a 4-rounder. This was supposed to be a 6-rounder, and they made it a 4-rounder. But the competition was too stiff. Dog, on your first fight, remember, look, I'm just praising Paul Crow and the 2-0 fighter for taking on Paul Crow. So why the fuck would I put an 0-0 fighter in there with somebody with 8 fights? 8 fights in the pros. 8 fights getting hit with 8-ounce gloves. Not fucking 20s with headgear. They fucked up. Bradley's right. I don't want to say is the trainer, but let me tell you, you go watch my interview, I'm like, bro, how'd you get this? I asked him straight to his face, how'd you get this? Who are you? What have you done to merit a 2 gold time? Like, where's your rep? I swear to you, I asked him, like, how'd you? Bruh, he knows somebody. He knew somebody that knows Robeisy, and he's come up in the Thurman gym. He's related to Chris Getty, who was Thurman's, former trainer. So he's always been in the gym with Dan. He's always been a second. This is his, I ain't going to say this is his first fighter, because he ain't tell me this is his first fighter, but that's what it looked like. And it's like, damn, bro, high level. Now, again, I'm not quick to blame the trainer like Bradley. All I'm saying is Bradley made a lot of fucking dope points that I agree with. But I seen this kid sparring with no headgear, so it's like, that flash knockdown, that was just life, man. It's not like we could blame him not ever being hit with 8-ounce gloves. or with no headgear, because that's how he spars. So I don't know, man. The kid just don't look as sharp as Shakur. Technically, he ain't there. And again, is it because he was in his deficit and he grabbed his little shovel and said, yo, I got to dig myself out this hole?
Yeah, that could have been a factor, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. We're going to see how he progresses, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to condemn him for like this loss. Wish it was a longer fight because of the other knockdown, but it was his debut, so 4 rounds is normally typical. But yeah, man, tough for him, man, because it seemed like he really wanted to put on the show, but I don't know if the trainer. I don't know, man. You might have to make a different move. You know what I'm saying? If he's not going to progress, then he's going to have to get in the trainer.
Let me tell you something else, right? Because we try to be I try to be body language an expert here all the time, and we definitely point out the body language of the bigger names. Go back and watch this fight. You don't even got to go back and watch the fight. The beginning, when he's in the ring, he don't look good. You gonna see him like exhaling, like whistling, like, you know, I don't really know, protruding his lips out, blowing a kiss, kind of like exhaling a lot, messing with the mouthpiece a lot. You know, there was nervous energy there. And then after the knockdown, you see him try to attack and then do that same blowing out, whistle, kind of like mouth protruding thing. And it's like, was the moment too much? You know, we heard Anthony Edwards say he had a slight panic attack. Like, are you in your thoughts when you on this level? Is that really what boxing means when they say under the bright lights? So everybody ain't built for entertainment and showmanship.
Bright lights, crowds, a big ass TV camera that's hanging over the fucking ring post right at you, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of factors, man. All those cameramen around the ring snapping pictures of, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of it's different. It's definitely different. So I want to see him back out now just to see what the improvements are and if he made it, you know what I'm saying? And if he can get on the winning track or the top rank, get somebody that they can't.
Nah, they gotta use him. Cause look, we don't know how good or bad he is yet. We don't know how good or bad he is yet. But check this out: how much worse you think he is than Michael Conlan? And they gonna use Conlan.
No. I don't think he's worse than Michael Conlan at all.
All right, well there you go. They're gonna use Conlan. They're gonna use Conlan, who has no gold medal. And
Conlan ain't lost though.
Huh?
Conlan ain't lost though.
You're right, but they know that he can't win. That's why he get the fights he gets. So now they're going to give Robeisy some of those type of fighters. They should have always did it like that, man. You got to put your toes in the water, man. But somebody didn't go see him spar, man. Brad Goodman, Carl Moretti, someone didn't take the trip to Florida and sit in that gym and watch him spar, man. That's what happened. They went based off the tapes. Somebody needed, and that's what Bradley was saying, like a trainer would have known, was he ready? A trainer would have had him not doing this high guard. Like, why is he was just walking my man down with the high guard, like hit me on the arms, thinking he Pacquiao, then not letting his hands go like Pacquiao, but whatever, man. I mean, I wish him the best, man. Like I said, he just had 2 twins, bruh. This was supposed to be, you know, to help his family. Hopefully he could get it back on track. What else we got, Mike?
Why do you give Robeisy Adan Gonzalez 5-2 and 2 draws? Apparently the guy hasn't had a lot of fights, so he's not a proven loser yet. You know what I'm saying? You want to give a guy on your debut somebody who's proven a loser. I'm just
shit. You heard him?
Huh?
You ain't hear Adan after the win?
No, I ain't hear about the win.
Shit. I'm telling you, ESPN took a page out of DAZN and they said, fuck Robeisy. They follow Adan through the back, and Adan was just walking around like, call me Adan! Call me Adan! Yeah! I told y'all, I'm Adan! Adan Gonzalez! Call me Adan, motherfucker! I did it! Yo, I'm like, damn, take the camera off the nigga. They rubbing in it. Then they gonna show the camera on Robeisy so punch drunk, he don't know which
He didn't even go to the right dressing room.
Exactly. He didn't go to the right dressing room. I'm like,
He
no.
got the pants out right here. Like, fuck it. I'm doing the pants out right here. I'm like, damn, he just gonna get ass naked right here.
Bruh, he was, he don't know. Because, listen, I'm trying to tell you something, man. Look. Take a step back, right? This more than just boxing. We talking about an immigrant coming to another country, doesn't speak any English. Everything is new. That's why he took his pants off there. Like, ain't nobody guarding him. They needed some dudes his age, like Robert Garcia, right? He's not an old trainer. He's a young trainer, but he got his son right there, Pita. He got a lot of young fighters in it, so it's easy to transition into the new world. But you bringing a dude into a new world around a bunch of old dudes. My man don't know what's going on, bruh. He probably running his camp. I'm just assuming at this point, but
you would think so. I mean, he's two-time gold man. How old is Robeisy?
Probably like 28 or 25.
I'm hoping that old.
Nah, he's 25. He's 25 because Shakur's 22, right?
Yeah, 22 or 21.
Nah,
all I'm saying is, man,
22.
For his debut, man, you can go out and get you an old journeyman and make him look good. Don't get a guy who's 5-2, 2 draws.
So now what? But what if it was him who asked for them? Like, nah, yo, don't give me no bum.
Okay, well then that's different. Again, you don't give. She didn't give up Lomachenko the title shot his first fight.
Yeah, you gotta. Sometimes you gotta save somebody from themselves, man.
You gotta match for a reason and keep trusting these guys. But the first time we seen Top Rank really take a loss in a long time.
Yo, why BoxRec do him like that? Look at this picture. Nah, man, don't do that shit, bruh.
What up?
They terrible, man.
Who?
BoxRec. They got Robeisy looking like.
Oh, I thought you were talking about 80. I'm like, nigga, 80.
Damn, bro. Why they doing Robeisy like that, man? Yo, man. So yeah, Robeisy is 25 and Shakur's 22. So, you know.
Yeah.
All right, who was next? Jason Sosa comes away with the great win.
No. We already talked about Jason. We got Jason putting that
again. We're going to do Edgar Berlanga, though. We're going to do Berlanga because Berlanga brought Fat Joe out. Fuck that.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? He had Fat Joe walk him out. He Puerto Rican. They did lean back. And Berlanga scored the knockout, I believe. I got to double check, but I did watch it.
Knockout, Fat Joe walking you out.
Yeah, no, he got the knockout like I think in the second round, maybe. Let me double check, though. So many fights, bro. It's hard, man. Watch hella fights. Hella fight. Yeah, first round knockout. Edgar Berlanga. You know? A lot of hype behind him. 12-12. That's what they say. What he do best is knock fools out. So, Edward's first fight, Mike, he had a debuter. His second fight, his matchmakers got him another debuter. His third fight, his matchmakers got him someone that was had 9 wins, 7 losses, 1 draw. But that's a lot of fights. That's 17 fights for a dude with 2 fights. Then his fourth fight, they say, yo, something must have happened. Actually, none, because he knocked him out. But then his fourth fight, they gave him another debuter. You know what I mean? So, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Matchmaking slipped up yesterday with poor Robeisy. But Berlanga doing his thing. He ain't knocked out anybody of note yet, but he's starting to knock out a lot of journeymen with a lot of fights under their belt. You know what I mean? Dudes with 50, 40 fights, 20, 30 fights, and you knocking them out first round in them too, I'm starting to pay attention. He's young, 22 years old. We talking about the possibly 160 or 168 pound division because he's fluctuating. You know, he's been as low as 60 and as high as 63. So I'm not sure. It looks like 60 though. Looks like 60. So Joey Spencer. This is a Joey Spencer possibility, you know. 2 big names early in their careers. You never know. But this guy, everybody knocked out. He's already doing 8-rounders too. You know, he got 3 8-rounders, but he ain't go no rounds. All his fights have been first-round knockouts, all 12. So even if y'all want to say he ain't knocked nobody out, that shit impressive. That shit impressive. You knocking out 12 dudes, 12 first-rounders.
As soon as you touch him, pretty much, nigga, first round.
First round, everybody. Nobody ain't make it out that first. So shout out to Edgar Berlanga. He's 19 in America and 127 in the world at 160. So he's definitely got some climbing to do in that division. I mean, he right there. He could go ahead and take on Buddy McGirt's son, James McGirt. See if you want that.
Anybody else you want to bring up on that card?
Let me see. Who else fought? I mean, now you said we did the Sosa. I mean, he did beat the brakes out of Haskell. That body work was good, man. He did some good ass body work. Good ass body. And he fought like a dog. He was pushing Haskell off his ass, man.
Rhodes, man. Lydell Rhodes. Yeah, who's fucking Haskell?
That's his name. Haskell Lydell Rhodes.
Oh, okay. Damn, his first name is Haskell?
Yeah.
Dang, that's tough. Moving on, Billy Joe Saunders. Rumor, ESPN, Dan Rayfield came out and said that he has an inside source that Billy Joe Saunders has signed with Matchroom. Then Mike Coventry retweeted a tweet from last week from himself saying that Billy Joe Saunders has signed with Matchroom. I thought that was pretty funny. So, but yeah, man, I think it's a good move for Billy Joe. I mean, the rich just keep getting richer. Matchroom, but when you look at it from a DAZN perspective, what does this do for your American market? Does this improve your American market? How much people really know Billy Joe Saunders in America? We don't. Just saying, like, we really, really don't. Like, we may have a remembrance some of, or like one or two fights, but for the casual fan, even some of the hardcore fans, they ain't really checking for Billy Joe. He ain't been in a meaningful fight since the Mew. And was that really meaningful? The Mew was flat-footed. Guy come forward pretty much tailor-made for Billy Joe, who was a back foot counterpuncher who danced around the ring all night against a guy who couldn't cut the ring off.
Yeah, but I mean, you're looking at it from the glass half empty. Billy Joe takes this contract and he's going to fight. Billy Joe was scheduled to fight Demetrius Andrade. Billy Joe signed to fight Gennady Golovkin in Kazakhstan. Billy Joe was more than willing to fight Canelo when Canelo wanted to move up and face the WBO champ. Billy Joe just never been given the right circumstances and or opportunities. Frank Warren did the best he could. That's why, he fought guys like Wolverine and a bunch of others that weren't really known because Frank just had to keep them busy, keep them happy. But I guarantee he's going to fight. If the signing is true,
we all know he's going to fight in this.
I'm interested in knowing what division.
All right, let's go back to 160. If he goes to the zone, best believe he's going to be fighting at 160 because I believe, but there is a potential big fight out there for him with Callum Smith. We all know that's a fight that Eddie might give to Sky Sports just to make them happy. Callum Smith, Billy Joe Saunders, a big fight over in the UK.
Oh yeah, and they both got belts.
Yeah, possible stadium fight. So
damn,
that might just make them happy over at
Sky Sports.
Sky Sports. But
and
then
if you look at what DAZN put out, sorry to cut you off, just to add to the whole Sky Sports conspiracy. It says, welcome to the team. New signing announced Tuesday. It got the DAZN logo for the US and Sky Sports logo for the UK. So, Sky Sports is getting in on that pay-per-view. That's definitely a box office. Callum Smith and Billy Joe, 3 belts, right? Because Callum has WBA, Ring Magazine. Then he's got a WBC Emeritus Diamond Belt. Yeah, I mean, that would be a lot of stuff there. And if you're Billy Joe, they probably tell you, look, you could fight Callum. We'll give you X amount of dollars. Win or lose, you decide after that fight if you want to come down, because you always could go down. The thing is, what's at 168? If he beats Callum, what's at 168 for Billy Joe? Does he end up with another fucking Frank Warren type of...
No. I mean, there's one more fight for him, but this fight could be at 160 or 168. It really doesn't matter. These guys do not like each other, but I think by him coming to the zone, it may lend Chris the the Chris Eubank Jr. rematch. You know what I'm saying?
But
That's a big
Chris is
fight.
not with DAZN. He's with ITV in the UK and with DAZN.
I understand that, bro, but trust me. I think it's a big enough fight that could draw the interest of the British public and somehow work out a deal. Because we all know that Al Haymon fighters aren't signed to a network, so they can float. Al just got deals with these networks.
I mean, there's not some sexy names at 68 for DAZN.
And then guess who just moved up to 68?
Who, Lemieux?
No, just fought Canelo. He's a Matchroom fighter too. Wait, is he a Matchroom fighter?
Who's that?
Daniel Jacobs. That's another good fight for him. Maybe even American debut fight for him. That'll be a good fight.
Okay, I can see that.
So I mean,
not a lot for him up there, you know, unless he's gonna wait for Canelo there, since Canelo fought Fielding, and he wants, you know, I don't know, because all right, the Jacobs fight, the Callum Smith fight, and then you know, I don't know, unless you're saying they're gonna bring Eubank over, which he's not even ranked in that WBO. Eubank is ranked in everything else though. Yeah. High in the WBC, high in the WBA, and mid in the IBF. He should go the IBF, man. Keller Plant and Eubank would be a crazy fight.
Yeah, that's a clash of two different styles there, boy.
And I think that the words, but you know what? Eubank's been in that gym. He probably won't fuck around with him.
I don't know. He had a Marcus Viegas video. He said pretty much anybody at 168 who got a belt, they don't notice. And Al has promised him a debut over in America sometime in either the end of this year or early next year. So hopefully, I mean, we get that fight with him and Callum Smith. Hopefully, even give me one better. Him and David Benavidez. That's even more action-packed kind of fight because we know shit David gonna bite down on his gum shield and fucking fight. So that'll be a good fight. Or should Eubanks move down and fight Jamal Charlo at 160? Somewhat his natural weight class. You know what I'm saying? He says he eats breakfast the morning away. So
I think Billy might stay at 68. I think you're right. I think they might try to make the Callum and the Daniel Jacobs fight because if he goes down, he's losing leverage. He doesn't have a title anymore. Unless
you can make him debut with like Anthony Sims Jr. in America. Anthony Sims Jr. like, hey. Yeah, like, hey, this is your title shot at 168.
Damn,
you know
is he ready for a title shot? Billy Joe is like a huge leap up for Sims Jr. right now. He ain't even fought nothing to smell like Billy Joe.
He think he ready from that Crunk gym. You know what I'm saying? He's one of those guys, so who knows if he's ready or not. But I doubt if Eddie bring it to him, he'll turn it down.
I hear you. So next up, we got Big Trouble, Little China, or Big Trouble, Saudi Arabia. Is the fight on? Is the fight off?
Last fight for Billy Joe. If you do move down, you can't move down without going and seeing one guy. One guy we all want you to see. Yeah, Demetrius Andre. You got out of the last fight, you know what I'm saying?
He moving down for Canelo,
drug testing and whatever. So this fight, it should be no excuses, you know what I'm saying? If you come over and you fight at 160, I want to see the immediate match with Demetrius Andre.
Bro, he ain't moving down for Andre. He moving down for Canelo and nobody else, man. That's easy.
And Triple G.
That's easy. Oh yeah, Triple G he might do. Yeah, so the Clash on the Dunes, what we know in the past couple.
Who that fucking name, man? Clash on the Dunes. Like,
I mean, that sound right. We all know the sand dunes, so the Clash on the Dunes is sand. I get it, but we all know that it was announced, and then there's been. Hopefully, you guys have been following every show that we've been doing on this. But to recap, there is some very alarming and I guess strong news indicating that Andy Ruiz has not signed his side of the contract and is not willing to go to Saudi Arabia unless the money is significantly increased. All the hashtags have been pulled. I rechecked today. Again, they're still down. Now the past Joshua Ruiz stuff is also gone. So we are just waiting. Tomorrow or Tuesday is said to be an announcement. We'll find out more. But right now, the biggest issues are we thought we had a fight. We might still have a fight. It might be in Saudi Arabia. It might not be in Saudi Arabia. But I still believe that it's a travesty to boxing fans. You know, a 7,000 seated arena that the tickets probably will be 5 times their normal price, plus the travel to Saudi Arabia, the hotels in Saudi Arabia. It's just not meant for the average boxing fan. They have stolen our big fight, and they're giving it to someone else.
Yeah, man, it's tough. Go really on both sides, man. They want to make a hard stance. It seems like from the outside, on Andy Ruiz's side, by wanting more money, by wanting to withhold his signature. But did you watch that Tim Bradley full interview?
I didn't wait to see him get to the Joshua Ruiz part. No,
he got to the end and he was like, "You signed the contract, so you're legally bound to the contract, and you don't go into a fight negotiating the money for the rematch in the first fight." So he said that, but he did end it by saying that he do believe Andy will get his money, and for Andy to stand his ground, because that's the only thing you got. They don't. His words is, you don't need them, they need you.
Exactly, but that's what I've been saying. I hate that it always takes somebody more famous than me to say what I'm saying. Dog, if he walks, AJ can't rebuild. The only way he rebuilds is the old-fashioned way, going down one belt. Then when you get that one belt, you'll never get a shot at 4 again. Never. Not unless he stays in them WBC rankings and becomes the mandatory.
But what Tim and you failed to realize, like, once that signature is down, man, you're gonna be a lot of court shit going on, man. So if Andy's ready for that, then I guess if he can't get the money, then it may be a realistic option.
Yo,
I know you
again,
laughing, bro. I know you laughing, but
no, I'm not laughing. I'm just saying again.
I think Eddie Hearn gonna fight this in a litigation, bro. Yeah, it's gonna be a sad day.
I'm not laughing. I'm just saying you overlooking what he's telling you. Tim is telling you, you don't need them, they need you. So that being said, Mike, it ain't going to court. It ain't going to court. Even if they say they going to court. Even if we report, oh shit, they going to court. Even if we report, oh shit, Monday, they going to court. Right before they go to court, it's going to settle. Just like we reported when they were suing Al. Just like we thought Al was going to have to show up in court. He settled. Dog, it ain't going to make it. But Andy he going to pull it out. He going to draw it out, right? String it out. String it along. And who does that hurt more? Andy ain't used to getting $30 million a fight. So it's hurting the matchroom business. If Canelo was 90% of Golden Boy's business last year, what the hell is Joshua? Come on, bruh. They gonna settle out, man. Ain't nobody they're not gonna wait. Everybody talking about he signed the con. It don't matter. If it mattered, we would not be here. If it mattered, Eddie wouldn't be saying on videos that he's probably gonna get paid more. Like, stop it. The experts wouldn't be tweeting out that he's probably gonna get more. Tim wouldn't be saying that he's probably gonna get what he wants. Dog, this is part of that. You grab they balls and you squeeze. You got they balls. That's my stance. I believe it.
Yeah, we'll move on from that one. Another Tim Bradley quote. Do we have that soundbite?
Nah, I ain't get the soundbite.
I don't know. I think I got it.
You ain't never send it to me.
I don't get it.
Okay. Well, basically, he said, someone said, you think he's ducking? He's like, is he ducking? Yeah, he ducking. Tell him I said it. He ducking. Use this. He ducking. He ducking. Errol Spence is ducking Terence Crawford. That's basically what he said.
I mean, to be honest with you, I thought it was thoroughly entertaining. He did bring up some good points, but there are points of that need to be discussed. Errol Spence does have a fight scheduled with Sean Porter, so Tim thinks it's gonna be a tough fight for Errol Spence. He thinks Sean Porter should not be overlooked, and I've been saying that. I think Sean Porter definitely a dog. Now, I know we've seen him look kind of suspect against Ugas in the fight that I thought Ugas could have got the nod in. But I think with this fight, he'll be up for it, and he'll bring the fight to Errol Spence because those guys do have some past sparring history. And if we know one thing if we've seen one thing from fights and that Sean Porter have sparring history with, they are pretty entertaining. We've seen Keith Thurman fight that was a very, very good fight, so hopefully this fight is no different. But I mean, Crawford is out here saying that he wants Errol Spence, but we know how the PBC has their plan and how they did Crawford when they put up the list of champions. So I don't know if that's a fight that we're going to get anytime soon.
Man, this just sounds like another ploy from, the Bud Crawford fans to keep him relevant. How could you be ducking with a scheduled unification? Like, you the only one working in the division, but you ducking. It's, Tim out here talking about Earl isn't calling for the Terence fight. Yeah, man, he's calling for the Terence fight more than you ever called for the Floyd fight. His energy for the Terence fight is nothing like your energy for the Floyd fight. Like, you just always knew you wasn't going to get it. At least Earl says we going to fight. You got on a Bud Day hat. Like, you're obviously biased. And it's funny that we're talking about this today because ever since they've been having you on the show, telecasting as a commentator, like, I've been saying that. Like, you're super duper biased. But everybody got to call out Floyd, just like everybody got to call out Pacquiao. And it's starting to get like that with Earl, man. Like, once you hot, you hot. And he made himself the big fish in that division, man. And people starting to believe it. So everybody wants a shot at him, man. But they got to get busy like he's busy is all I'm saying, If we could not get people to agree that Joshua was avoiding Wilder when he was busy unifying with Joseph Parker, busy unifying with Vladimir Klitschko, and people were saying, yo, how he's ducking Wilder if he's fighting the top in the division? Wilder's the one not fighting the top in the division. I don't understand how the argument switched then. Earl is the one fighting the top in the division. Earl is the one out here doing pay-per-views that are successful, not 420. He fucked up 420. He ain't even asked us could he use that date to fuck it up. They try to do that strategically because his name Bud, and he still fucked that up. You can't even sell 420 pay-per-views on Bud Day on 420, which is surrounded and always about Bud. Like, they clowns over there, man. They don't know how to market shit. That's why they fucked up with Robeisy. They keep fucking up with him. How the fuck you pound for 5 years straight, but you only got 150,000 pay-per-views? Come on, bruh. He need to cut that cord, man. Listen, I'm going to end it with this. Oscar, Floyd, Cotto, Mikey. Oscar, Cotto, Floyd, Mikey. I'm done, man.
Yeah, man. Who knows, man? Who knows why Terence Crawford is not a bigger star than he is? I think we all know the answer to that. But moving on to these notes that we have on the docket. Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. stops Everett Bravo in the first round. demolished him. The article said. I didn't not see the article, so I mean I didn't see the fight, so I can't really speak on the fight. Did you see some highlights of it?
Which fight?
Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. and Everett Bravo.
Hell no, I ain't get to see that. I ain't get to see it.
The WB.
Yo, I'ma just be honest though. He looked mad good, so he on some nasal spray or some shit like that until he get on Vada. Because come on, you having fights in Mexico. Come on, man. He probably hit Canelo up for the clenbuterol beef and shit. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. Like,
Where you about to tackle with it?
Listen to me. We cannot overlook that he's all of a sudden back, and we gotta ask for stringent drug testing in the Daniel Jacobs potential fight. Any fight that he has on U.S. television, because he been out the game too long to be looking like this, and he's always had issues with weight and staying mentally in an 8-week camp, which includes physically in an 8-week camp. So, you know, all of a sudden my man looking like motherfucking Ryan Reynolds and shit. But whatever.
We have the WBSS is prepared for a legal battle to keep Breacher's Prograis in the tournament. If you guys don't know, Ness did a show Saturday morning stating that Regis Prograis and Lydell has filed a injunction or whatever lawsuit or whatever.
Federal lawsuit right here in New Jersey, bro. They are trying to get out of that World Boxing Super Series due to non-payments, non-scheduled dates, just breach of contract. Like, World Boxing Super Series, in my opinion, and I'm not no lawyer and I don't try to act like one on this show, but at the end of the day, the contract stated they had to pay him 3 dates in August. 2 of those dates have now passed. No payment has been made. The 3rd date is on the 25th. I'm sure Lou's not going to accept it because the terms of those payments were rearranged. They were supposed to be $500,000, $500,000, $1 million, and instead, World Boxing Super Series chose to wait until 3 days past the deadline and then announce a fight on August 6th, then get back to Lou DiBella and say, yo, we ain't gonna give you that payment on August 6th of $500,000, but we'll give you a payment on our said date of $350, plus this next payment on our said date of another $350, plus this next payment of $1.3. Like, nah, man, let's go to court and let's see who's right. That's all. And if I'm wrong, I fight. And if I'm not, I'm out. But you're not about to just string me the fuck along. And I got a family to feed. You can't just tell me I'm getting paid August 6th and then there's no money there. That escrow is, like, that's the purpose of escrow, to have the money in the kitty so that everybody feels safe. You telling me the escrow's empty and you still want me to keep saying I'm fighting? No, I'm done. I'm done with this bullshit. And, you know, the fact that people are coming out and they are against his stance is ridiculous.
Yeah, it is.
I haven't clicked on any of the videos of these fighters that are against him. I will when I get time, but I don't get it. Like, you rather the man lose his prime on the shelf? First of all, let's remember Regis Prograis ain't make that bread yet. He just got paid with the World Boxing Super Series. He had to get involved in this to get paid. He was a Lou DiBella fighter fighting on Showbox. He been waiting for his opportunity. He ain't young. He ain't young. He got to do what's right for him and his family.
I agree, man. I agree. Enough said with that. According to Mark Kriegel, Kubrat Pulev and Alexander Povetkin turned down 8-figure paydays to fight Tyson Fury. Now, I didn't hear anything about the Kubrat Pulev or Povetkin fight, but he did mention Bigfoot Martin. He kept on saying Bigfoot, the big guy Martin, or some. And I didn't know if we were talking about Charles Martin or somebody else, but he did say that those guys turned down the fight with Tyson Fury. And
yeah, that shocked me that he said Alexander Povetkin turned down an 8-figure. First of all, it's a lie, Mike.
8 figures.
It's not a lie.
That's a lot of money.
You don't think that's a lie? You don't think that's a lie?
Absolutely.
No, listen. Forget that Povetkin turned it down. You don't think it's a lie that Alexander Povetkin, a Russian, was gonna get $10 million versus Tyson Fury. The minimum he could have got to be in an 8-figure bank is $10 million. Now, let's just run that back. Wilder and
Maybe
Fury.
he didn't smoke, man. Maybe he meant 7 figures. He just.
Come on, man. Don't give me that, man. These motherfuckers is paid for, man. Y'all come over here and y'all point the finger at me and y'all talk shit to me. At least I'm fucking honest telling you the goddamn truth. You got one motherfucker wearing a fucking Bud 20 hat and you got this other motherfucker straight lying right in your face. 8 figures? Alexander Povetkin was going to make $10 million to fight Tyson Fury on ESPN. Mike, so how much is Tyson Fury making? How much? If this motherfucker Alexander Povetkin is making $10 million, let that shit ring through your head. Derevchenko was off for 5.5. Anthony Yard going to Russia for $4 million. Top ranking ESPN, Bob fucking Arum, tight ass Arum. Man, why the fuck Kriegel lying on TV like that? On national television like that? Strip him of that status. Strip him of that status, okay? Because it is unfair to say that he turned down 8 figures to fight Tyson to fight the lesser-known cousin, is how he fucking tried to say it. Disrespectful. He needs to prove that. Prove that I'm lying. Prove that I'm lying by showing me that you're not lying. Because Povetkin will never turn that down. $10 million? Now, Mike, last I checked, did Wilder and Fury make $10 million each?
Bruh, nigga, come on, man.
No, because I'm tired of being the only one that get outraged over here. It's crazy.
No, man, you should be outraged because he said 10 million. He said 8 figures. I was just, brother, when I'm watching it last night, I'm like, damn. I do boxing every day, nigga. That's news to me.
Talking about Pulev said no to 10 million.
I want my status.
Yo.
For 10 million? Nigga, take this status with you.
Pulev almost lost his boxing license. 39 years old. For Samuel Peters, man, I want my status. Yo, first of all, Pulev won't make 10 million with Joshua. Ruiz getting 9 million. Oh my God, that's the best one right there. Ruiz getting 9 million allegedly to go to Saudi Arabia, but Alexander Povetkin, according to Mark Kriegel, turned down 10 million to fight in Las Vegas versus Tyson Fury, the number 3 heavyweight in the world, arguably the number 1 on Ring Magazine. Man, Kriegel's face. That's all. Let's move on, bro.
Yeah, man, I totally agree. I totally agree with that shit, man.
Terrible, man.
That's crazy.
Bro. They out of control. They have the nerve. You see, and that's what I'm saying. Bradley's a straight hypocrite. He got the nerve to jump on the video right after the telecast and say, oh, PBC, how dare they? They ain't put this dude. They ain't doing this. That's shameful. What the fuck is that?
That's shameful. Blatant lie. You know
I mean, because, at least they ignoring Crawford. They ain't lying. They ain't trying to make Alexander look like the biggest. I mean, what type of duck was
did lie.
No, bro. Not giving you information is different from from misleading information. Like he said, Alexander turned down a fight for 10 million. Like Alexander never fought in Las Vegas, bro. 10 million in Las Vegas versus Tyson? Anybody would sign up. Anybody. No, they trying to make it seem like everybody turned this fight down, and that's why Odawa Wallin is how they pronouncing it on ESPN.
Yeah.
His own promoter don't even pronounce it like that.
Richard Comey versus Teofimo Lopez, ordered by the IBF.
Man, I wanted to do a separate show on this, bro. I wanted to just do this, but like, yo, this is
shit.
Huh?
A lot of news came out when we was trying to do a show.
No, I know, but this is just a real fight for
nigga, this is a nut check.
Yes, sir.
This is a nut check by the IBF. Like, you gonna take it?
Yes.
You gonna take it? Comey, I'm telling you, man, Comey hit hard, bro. Fucking punch. Manny Pacquiao.
We'll see if Comey is going to be able to deal with the speed of Teofimo. This is going to be a different fight for Teofimo. Don't get hung up on his last fight. That was a taller dude. He was punching up. You know, Comey might be his size.
Yeah, I think Comey like 5'10", 5'11", maybe.
Damn, that's tall, 5'10" and 11.
Yeah, but think about because he was a little bit shorter than Robert Easter, and I know Easter's like 5'11", and them guys were like kind of the same height. Manny Pacquiao, the Pac-Man, the number one welterweight in the world, according to a lot of sources out here, has no interest in a Thurman or Jeff Horn rematch. Pointless rematches. I prove what I need to prove against those guys. Well, at least one guy, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? But hey, I guess if you're Horn, you know what I'm saying, you're trying to get a big fight. You're trying, but nobody wants to fight you. You know what I'm saying? You ain't bringing nothing to the table. We ain't coming to Brisbane. You got to come back to the States. You know what I'm saying? Does anybody out there going to give Jeff Horn a voluntary title of defense at 154, at 147?
Yo, let me get some news and notes in real quick on this.
Go ahead.
Have you ever heard? I probably shouldn't even do that, but
let me finish these two and then you can take it away. Ishe Smith to make his bare knuckle debut September 21st.
This dude ain't even talking boxing over here.
I'm just saying, man. Ishe Smith, didn't he just retire?
Yeah, but they offering him money.
Back. He back.
He ain't back. He ain't knuckling boxing. They offering him them checks.
The Paulie Maldonado route, you know what I'm saying? Trying to get some checks up.
Yo.
And last but not least, Alexander Govchek and Artur Beterbiev lands in Philly. The unification fight will be in Philadelphia.
Where, in the Leo Core Center?
Let me find that article because I think
it's probably the Leo Core Center, right where yesterday's fights were.
I think it is that center.
So while you do that, the super featherweight landscape is Tevin Farmer, IBF champ, Gervonta Davis, the WBA super champ. Then you got Consejo, the regular WBA champ, Miguel Burchell, the WBC champ, Jamel Herring, the WBO champ, Jojo Diaz, the contender, Lamont Roach, the contender, and Francisco Vargas, the former champion. Now I ask you guys, my listeners and my co-hosts, have you ever heard of O'Shaquie Foster?
Who?
Me neither. But he jumped on my radar. He jumped on my radar because...
It's at the LaCour Center. Yep, so yeah.
Yeah. He jumped on my radar because your guy, your favorite radio show host, Charlemagne interviewed Gervonta Davis the other day.
Yeah.
And asked him.
This guy that was calling out Gervonta Davis, he was like, who?
Yeah.
Who? I never heard of him.
I never heard of him. But dude is funny as hell on his Instagram. He's mad tough. Like, he think he could beat everybody. But I think he got like 2 losses. Let me double check. I think he got like 2 losses already, but I don't want to write him off. Yeah, he do got 2 losses. Let me see. He lost to... Okay, that was a split decision loss to Ronaldo Chia. Oh, wait. Did I see this? On Showbox? And what about this one? And he lost to Samuel Teal. Okay, so I know both of the guys he lost to, but neither one of them are world beaters. Both of them are decisions. I don't know why he's talking like this. I don't even know why Charlemagne brought him up. Charlemagne must be related to him.
Nah, man, motherfucking interns be giving them information and shit to ask questions with.
Bruh, nah.
Swear to God.
I mean, look, shout out to him.
Right, he's with Lou
DeBella.
Bust their heads out like, I didn't write this question. Some intern wrote this shit down.
He's with Lou DeBella, and he just fought in Costa Rica on that card with the pretty Costa Rican girl. What's her name? Damn, I hate to say that. Gabriel Hanna? Is it Hannah Gabriel?
Hannah Gabriel.
Yeah. So.
Cecilia Brackus. I thought that was Brackus.
No, the Costa Rican one. The one that's married to the fighter.
Yeah, I didn't know Hannah Gabriel just fought.
Yeah, she was on the UFC pass. He was on the UFC pass too.
I wouldn't mind seeing her back in the ring.
But I don't know why he talking like this. Like, he got 10 knockouts. I mean, he just got a decision 2 fights ago versus an undefeated 16-0 fighter. You know, before that, he got another decision versus Frank Del Alba, who I know and everybody kind of knows. But, like, that is, again, a majority decision. Like, You ain't gonna be able to get a majority decision on Crawford. I mean, Gervonta. Like you got.
Yeah, that shit ain't going in the first round, bro.
Yeah, man. So I don't know, man. O'Shaquie Foster, you did your part by making it to Charlemagne, so that shit trickled down. We gonna be watching you, champ. Let's see what happens.
Yes,
it's
we
funny
will.
Though. It's funny. He put his post of all those names I mentioned, right? Farmer, Davis, Conceal, Burchell, Herron, JoJo Diaz, Francisco Vargas, Lamont Roach, and his caption is, so they really think these 8 fighters better than me? Well, let the education begin. So I just like the cockiness, man. Whatever, B. Anything else?
Damn, it's a fuck up ass month.
What are you talking about?
Just I was looking at the boxing for next week. You know what I'm saying? Biggest thing that we got out is Tim Tszyu. No. That
Tristan fight. You didn't watch the Tristan fight on DAZN?
No, I'm gonna go back and watch some of it.
Yeah, you gotta watch that dude, bro. Watch the dude he fought. My man looked like he's straight on coke. He shot a line before he came, and I shot.
Hold on. Did he have dreads and like buck eyes?
Yes.
Yeah,
buggy eyes, bro.
Watch that fight. He started running around.
Yeah, nah, he got lazy. Yo, that kid's 17 though, 6'4", light heavyweight division.
Yeah, he gonna go to heavyweight.
He going to heavyweight, bro. By 20 years old, he probably busting.
Nah, about 25. I give him about 25. Give him power.
Man,
but yeah, man, that's it for my notes and news. But if you are listening right now on YouTube and there's 442 watching now, I need everybody who's listening and watching now to smash that thumbs up button. And if you want to go one step farther, head over to theboxingweb.com/affiliate sponsors and click on that Amazon link, the one we use for Amazon. Bookmark that link, save that link, and do all the shopping that you do on Amazon through our hyperlink. It costs you nothing extra, but we do get a little kickback every time you use that link. And don't forget, smash that thumbs up button now. That's it for me, man.
Mike, you know what? You said don't forget.
What you forgot?
Remind me to drop that in the mail tomorrow morning. Now, I mean, tonight, after the show, remind me. Because I told you my girl gonna do it from her job. But yeah, man, we going out to the callers then?
Yes, sir. The callers, big dog. Get your thoughts in order. Let's go.
All right, man. Sponsors up.
These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
Man, shout out B Polly, shout out Ruin the 504, shout out Jimmy, shout out Number One Streetwear, shout out Augustus Bird, shout out Bob Smitty, shout out DP, shout out everybody in the chat, man, showing love. We appreciate y'all joining us on a daily basis, man. It really, really, really does mean a lot to us. Big ups to everybody. How you call in? 1425-569-5241. 1425-569-5241. Call in using that number, or if you want a number that's always going to be open, add Nestor Gibbs on Skype. NESTORGIBBS on Skype.
All right, let's go out to. Damn, Mike got the corona? Oh, shit.
Mr. PBC, baby.
Last time I checked, I was the man on these streets. They call me residue, I leave blow on these beats.
Yo, what's good?
What up, Mr. PBC?
Sunday, beautiful day. Man, I'm living good, man. You know, trying to stay positive. I watch you guys every day now. You know, you guys are my positivity through all these shootings and shit. You feel me? So I don't go crazy.
It, man.
But yeah. But let's talk about Andy Ruiz. Let's talk about first, Mr. DAZN used to say back in the day when Andy Ruiz beat Anthony Joshua, that Andy Ruiz is with DAZN permanently. No, nigga, you found that out during the Manny Pacquiao Keith Thurman fight. Now you done shut it up. Now let's get back to Andy Ruiz, Anthony Joshua. Eddie Hearn can't make big fights. He needs the DAZN to step in like they did when they were going to do it for Baby Miller. He needs the DAZN to kick in some more money because he ain't trying to give up his pot. And that's the motherfucking bottom line. It's going to happen in Mexico. Ain't nobody trying to go to fucking Saudi Arabia. You can't do shit. You can't look at none of the females. You can't give no pussy. You can't smoke no weed. Nigga, let's be real. Go to Mexico. Set it up. Go to New York. Run it back. That's my motherfucking call.
Hey man, how long do it take to get a passport? I'm gonna go down to the post office when you send that package.
I mean, if you do it through the post office, I think it's like maybe 4 to 6 weeks, I believe.
I thought that they got like a expedited service or something.
No, they do got expedited. You're gonna have to pay like $160. You can get same day if you go $160, but you gotta go to the passport building.
Okay.
Wherever that's at for you. See, for me, it was either New York or Philadelphia. I went to Philadelphia, got it same day once. This time I just went to the post office. It felt quick to me.
But I'm probably going to the post office then see what's up.
Yeah, it felt quick. I forgot how much is it when you go to the post office, but it ain't $160 when you go to the post office. Let me see. We got Anthony Edwards, Queen City Cobra.
What up, Ant?
What's good? Yo, what up, man? Shit, hold on, let me get off the Bluetooth real quick. Nah, man, shit, just chilling, sitting up in here, catching up on some of the fights. I ain't really, I ain't looking at them all. I just seen that Vergil Ortiz fight, but people was hyping him, man, but I don't want to shit on him because he's nice, but like, bro, he ain't really got no power, bro. And then he really kind of don't move his head, like. He 147. How tall is he? He looks kind of like he might be pretty tall or something. No, but
I could look it up.
I wasn't impressed though. Yeah, because I mean he looked pretty tall. Like yeah, just overall I ain't that impressed. Like coming there, but he a prospect though. I forget he a prospect, bro. But shit. This I was catching up on the other shows about this AJ Ruiz saga. Hey. Them belts about to be vacant. Well, maybe the IBF or some shit. Something about to be vacant. And I don't know, man. I'm starting to think this fight really ain't gonna happen either. Shit, I'm no fucking Saudi Arabia. I was kind of
he's 5'10",
turning my nose up at that too. 5'10". Yeah, he should be cracking harder than that, man. But yeah, maybe he'll fill out, I guess. But yeah, he definitely. I ain't that impressed. But yeah, I was surprised at that little Billy Joe Saunders shit. He signed with Matchroom. But I don't think Canelo gonna fight him. You think he is?
Depends on, man, if the DAZN and Canelo can agree on it. To be honest with
you. Man, that motherfucker won't fight Andre, and I don't expect him to fight Billy Joe.
I expect Billy Joe to fight Andre at first, though. Canelo probably gonna tell him like he told Triple G.
I do too.
Fight Andre, get a belt.
I do too. I still want that fight. But you know that motherfucker got to be clean. Shit, you don't have to fight back over here. I'm surprised, but then maybe Eddie Hearn to get him like a hometown fight. Shit, fine. I don't know why Frank Warren just couldn't, but yeah, but shit, that's good for him though. We'll see. I mean, even though he kind of a trash bag, but the man got skills. I like watching him. So.
Definitely. I can't agree with that point.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's all I got, man.
All right, Queen City Cobra.
Ant, man, thanks for calling in. We going out to Bo in Bama. Talk to me.
What up, Bo?
Yo, shout out Top Bo, Riddick Bo, Bo Mack, and Bo Jackson. What's good, fellas?
What up?
What's the business?
There's a difference between amateur and Olympic boxing and professional boxing, and that was right there as a prime example, bro. Get in there with a man that's 4-2, professional fighter, and it looked like he didn't know what to do. I'm blaming the team as well because he wasn't getting really coached towards doing anything different than what he was doing. I didn't hear the trainer saying nothing. It looked like his team was trash. He didn't know what to do. I would also like to see Vergil Ortiz not against like a Danny Garcia. I feel it's too soon for that. But if he fought like DeMarco or somebody like on that level, even like maybe a John Molina Jr., somebody on the way out just like he did with Herrera. I feel like that would be a good fight for him. I feel they shouldn't move him too fast, and somebody like Danny would be, of course, too fast. Only a little while until we got the Yard versus Kovalev fight. That's what I'm looking. I feel that's the next super fight coming up. That's what I'm looking forward to right now. Everything else is just B level. But I'm looking forward to that one right there, and I'm taking all Kovalev. I want Kovalev. I'm taking all bets. So y'all know how to get at me with the side bet. I do this.
You ride with Kovalev?
Yeah, you right. Yeah, I'm riding with Kovalev, Mike.
I'm gonna have to talk to you then. I'm fine then. You know what I'm saying? Put my little wager in.
No, we got to do it on wax. Because I done seen James Toney go over there and get beat by Lydell. I seen Roy Jones get beat by him. I seen Comey get beat by Shafikov over there. I seen Roberts get knocked out his boots by Povetkin over there. I seen Chilemba get beat by Kovalev over there. Larry Donald lost over there a couple times. Dorda Coast lost over there.
Yo, you're giving out too much information.
You
You just changed Mike Mon. Don't change Mike Mon. You had to wait for the betting show.
I don't expect it to go to distance.
I can't name one person. This is the thing, bro. I can't name one person on Yard's record. I looked at it, so I actually can from looking at it recently. But before I looked at it here recently, I couldn't name one person on his record. And then I look a little deeper. I can't name one person that somebody on his record fought. Not a soul.
We understand all that, man. Just don't come on no fucking
now
different tone when you come out August 25th.
I bet now.
Bo and Bama. Judah Man. Let's see. We got
shout out OB, man. Rest in peace. Alabama, stand up.
Mastermind. Big Super Mex. What up?
What up, fellas? Appreciate the show. First thing first, man. Why are we so in a rush to like get these young guys in such big fights these days? You know, like what happened?
Too much TV exposure.
Nah, listen. That whole Danny shit, that's Golden Boy. They slid me that. They like, what if? You know what I'm saying? So they want to see what the public think.
It's too soon for a lot of these guys. But shout out to Vergil Ortiz for getting that win. Grand Prairie, Texas, stand up. Chavez Jr., man, you know, for it being one round, and granted the level of competition, he looked like his daddy a little bit in there. You see that left hook to the liver, you know. But you're right though, he looked a little too good to me. So yeah, we're gonna have to jump on that VADA testing. You know what I'm saying? But it'd be nice to see him get his act together, and you know. But Tim Bradley, man, what else can I say, dude? The dude, he was around when Thurman was popping. I think Thurman called him out. There's several fights that were left on the table for Tim Bradley. So for him to talk about
Tim Bradley never fought a PBC fighter. He never fought a Golden Boy fighter. He never fought a PBC or a Golden Boy fighter, bro. He's a top rank.
He sounds like the
top rank.
And he was the WBO top ranked champion. Sounds like familiar to me. You know. Meanwhile, Errol's unifying the belt, attempting to unify, doing real numbers on pay-per-view, but okay. You know, it's just, if Bradley gonna talk like that, man, it'd be easier to hear him say something like that had he fought somebody else. You know, he was Mr. Company Man, Mr. Top Rank, and he's still like that today. You know, even in retirement. So, I don't know, man. I didn't really get to catch the ESPN fights though. So, but yeah, Vergil Ortiz was looking good. Man, dude, had 3 fights, 2 out of 3 a draw. His name's going to be, is it Franco, right? Joshua Franco?
Yeah.
Man, I remember there was some high hopes for that dude, but I don't know, man. Some Golden Boys got to get it together, man. They're so focused on just Canelo and Ryan Garcia that they're letting a lot of these young guys' careers just kind of waste away. You know what I mean?
Golden Boy didn't put out an official press release either, yo. Anybody know the amount of people that was in Grant Perry yesterday?
About 13.
13,000?
13 people.
Nah,
I'm just fucking around. I think it's about probably like a couple thousand.
I thought he meant 1,300.
Come on, Mike. Why you doing that bullshit?
What you getting accolades there? With
Nah,
13 people in the building?
I'm just saying, you putting out 13,000. I'm like, what the hell?
I ain't say 13,000 at all.
I mean, you say 13. That's what people think. Ain't nobody think who 13 people. He had a lot of people in the crowd, man. Why would you say that? Why you hating on Vergil?
Waiting on Vergil.
You just say he had 13 people
I just
there.
came on the show and gave Vergil some of the highest praise I gave any young prospect. You guys say I'm hating on Vergil because I make a joke? Nigga, lighten up.
And then you took it by saying he had 13 people there.
13 people, yeah. Like cousin, mama, uncle, brother, coach.
You a hater. I Googled it, but I don't see anything. Yeah, I'm telling you, I asked my connect, like, yo, what's up with the official press release, bruh? Like, why we ain't getting the numbers on this? The attendance looked nice. It looked like he had a little crowd, man. They need to capitalize on it. Boxing has always been big in Texas, let me tell you, man. They've been dying for somebody to bring it out. Let me go out to what looks like a new caller, 503-270. Who's this? 503-270. Oregon, what up? Just listening, don't feel like chatting it up. Going once, twice, moving on. We going to Troy in Baltimore. Talk to me.
Certain number or group of people are calling every day, but you never really challenge them, man. They say basically the same things every day, but you never challenge them on the what and the why or anything like
Challenge
that.
them. Go ahead, Troy. Put the challenge out.
Nah. This is the boxing voice, Mr. Gibbs boxing voice. It's not Troy Grams, but you want to pay me to be on boxing voice? Sure,
no, Troy, you're wrong.
This is the boxing voice, my friend.
Let me help you here. This is the voice.
Go ahead, please.
This is the voice of the people. Okay?
Okay, but that's not the title of the show.
Well, the title of the show says Ruiz-Joshua.
No, I mean the title of your actual show is The Boxing Voice. See how you challenging me now?
No.
I want you to challenge all your callers like that.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's the brand. The Boxing Voice. The
exactly.
voice of the people. That's why every single show I say, call into the Voice of the People hotline. Every show I say it. It's on repetition.
I got you, man. But your brand is the boxing.
Troy, he don't like lose arguments, man. Just give it up, man.
I mean,
I'm not losing the argument because I'm not having an argument, Mike. I'm just making a point.
Mike,
you see how both of you jumping in and challenging me?
Mike, watch
you don't challenge your callers, brother.
I'm not challenging Troy. I'm just
exactly
saying.
what I'm talking
what
about.
That say right there? The voice of the people.
Both of you are challenging me.
Always
in possibility because that would make you always right. And there's only one.
No, sometimes
and there's only
I'm
one
right.
Almighty, and it's not named Nestor Gibbs.
Sometimes I'm right. Sometimes Mike right. You just never right.
Okay. Right. Well, I'm correct this time because you're challenging me and everybody can hear you. Okay? All I want you to do is be fair, challenge everybody, and make the show grow and move a little.
What is the challenge,
and
man?
move it along a little better.
Why he never get
right?
to a
That's
point,
all I'm
Mike?
saying.
Why he never get to a point? What is the challenge?
I just did get to a point.
What is the challenge?
I think he wants you to do a duel.
Ask people what, Troy?
No. I just asked you to do. I just asked you why you don't challenge your certain group. I just asked you why you don't challenge your certain group of callers that call in and say the same things on a daily basis.
What should we ask them?
It's not for, brother. This is not my show. It's not for me to do that. It's
it is
for you
your
to
show.
do that. I'm just saying.
Are the people. It is your show.
I am a person.
All right, you don't want to use your voice. There you go. You wasted your call right there.
I just didn't use my voice.
You wasted your call right there. Cincinnati, Brandon, talk to us.
Oh, that was a weird ass call you just had, man. What was he talking about?
He always he want me to challenge you, but he ain't tell me how to challenge you. Like he ain't.
Who did challenge?
He said the group of callers that call in, you need to be challenging like you challenge me.
Yeah, that was I didn't get to watch any of the fights, man. I'm be glad when the summer over. My girl be wanting to go out every fucking weekend, so I don't even get to stay in the house and watch boxing. The only fight I caught was the Vergil Ortiz on the playback. I mean, he looked like a tough young Mexican with power and speed. I mean, he's gonna get hit because he's gonna always be on the offensive, throwing his hands, letting them go. So of course he's gonna take some shots. He's not slick like that. So as far as the quintessential tough Mexican with power, he's that. Now as far as like Danny Garcia and shit, he's probably not ready. Let him go some rounds. Cause shit, I think probably yesterday was probably the longest he's ever went, probably 6 rounds or something. So I think that fight you mentioned, that Anthony Young fight, that'd be a good fight for him. I wish he would have stayed at 140 because at 140, he could have got Maurice Hooker on a bounce back, Texas versus Texas and against a former champ. That would have been a nice fight for him at 140. Once you get to 147, man, it becomes too fucking political. And as far as Golden Boy goes, 147 ain't really the place to be. I mean, we talk about how Bob and Al don't work together. When's the last time we seen Golden Boy work with either Bob or Al? They don't work with anybody.
They might dust off Matisse for him. And they could get, like, Victor Postal. They could find guys. They could blow up Ndongo.
I think Postal PBC now. I know his last couple fights.
Yeah, I seen his last fight was on PBC. But
I don't know about that.
You know those the guys that get used anyway. Like Felix Diaz. I seen Felix Diaz post something on his Instagram. He might be willing to box again.
Hell yeah, that'd be another decent fight for him. But as far as the Andy Ruiz-Joshua shit, like I said, hopefully that shit gets worked out sooner than later. I mean, I don't know, man. I just hate when we get so close to these big fights and then shit keeps getting in the way. I mean, bottom line is, Andy, man, you the world champion, heavyweight world champion, keyword world, bro. So you supposed to fight anywhere. That money right. I mean, give the man some extra money, I guess. Let's just get this shit done, man. I just get so sick of the political shit. But other than that, really ain't much to talk about from this boxing landscape. Like, it's gonna be slow until, like they said, the Kovalev and Yard and then Porter and Spence. So I guess I'm gonna be clubbing every fucking weekend until we get some action. But you fellas take care, man. That's my call.
All right, Brendan, man. Thanks for calling in, big dog. Who we got up next, man?
Let me check here. We got some super chats. Get to those while I look up this number. Actually, this
we got one from B. Pauly. Keep it up.
Yeah, B. Pauly, get off that speakerphone. We about to go to you on the bat line. We got B. Pauly on the line.
Man, I was on my Bluetooth, man. I ain't called in a minute, man. I've been working, man. What up?
On B. Pauly.
Shit, man. I'm just trying to figure out why y'all never challenge nobody, man.
I'm still trying to figure out how to challenge the callers. He ain't teaching us.
He ain't get no specifics or nothing, man. Troy, when you call in, get me specific, man. You just call in with general shit. I just called in just to say that for real, man. Shout out to TBV, man. Mike and Ness, man. Y'all the homies. Fuck I want to talk about. Vergil Ortiz is looking good, man. I like that kid's energy, man. That dude got an old soul, dog. Like, he got an OG spirit. Real cool, real, real grown-up man type shit. Real cool dude. I want to see him go far. I ain't know him and Earl was linking up back in the day, so you could see them, how steel sharpen steel. But hopefully that dude do good, man. I like to see him go up. What y'all think he'll max out at? Y'all think he'll max out with him being 21 at like 154 maybe? Or what is his height?
I don't know, man. It just depends on how he take care of his body. You know what I'm saying? He might be able to go up another weight class by the time he gets ready to retire.
Man, he better stop thinking of going up already. He already done moved up too quick.
Yeah, I just think, I'm asking where y'all think he'll max out. He probably max out 154 maybe, though.
They need to offer Broner hella money for him right there. That's what Golden Boy need to do. like everything ain't about world title, man. That's the saddest part. That they telling him you gotta move up to get a world title. Now they got him this gold title that means I don't know what. But hopefully he could come back and defend it in Texas because he had a lot of people there.
Yeah, one more point before I get off. Look, I want to see that AB. Since you brought up AB, I want to see AB and Ruger, man. Ruger, I want to see him and Regis scrap, man. You know, it's going to be a good scrap, good build-up. And I keep telling people, I don't know why y'all keep writing AB off. Yeah, he don't throw them hands in the ring. But outside of the ring, as far as building up the fight, he going to sell that fight. And he going to be relevant as long as he can talk that shit. I don't give a damn if he get in there and throw 2 punches. As long as he can build the fight up, talk his shit, and get people to hate him, he go keep fighting. So quit hating on AB. But shout out to TBV, man. It's Super Chat chat. Mike, Ness, y'all smash that like, man. I don't even think y'all niggas be smashing that like, man. Both of y'all need to smash that like, man.
Nigga, my shit already smashed. My nigga, my shit stay on blue.
Word, my shit on.
Nah, but yeah, man. Look here, AB talk all the shit he want to, nigga. If he don't win, motherfuckers gonna quit believing.
Yeah, I've been stopped believing, bro. AB, man. I want to go back to Oregon, trying you again, 503-270. You ready? Going once?
Oregon.
Yeah, man. I'm ready, man.
What up, champ? Who's this?
What's going on, man? Hey, man, my name's Salvo, man. SAVVO. Man,
Okay.
call us from Portland, Oregon, man. Appreciate it, man. Shout out Mike, man. Shout out Ness. I appreciate everything y'all doing. I got a quick question for you, Ness, though, my brother.
What up?
All right. Now on this Andy Ruiz stuff, you keep talking about. You keep to me, it sounds like you pro Ruiz and you agree with him holding up the negotiations and everything. But my issue with that is, didn't he sign the contract? Didn't his team go through and didn't they understand that if he won, you know, he would get that set price? Now, I don't agree with that either. But if he signed that, then what are we talking about here?
Well,
it sounds to me like
I think what we're talking about is that he signed never in his mind thinking it would be Saudi Arabia. Now that it is, you got to give him a bump. That's all. That's all he's saying. He ain't beefing. He said, I need significantly more.
I agree with
That's
that.
what he said. He said, I ain't signed to go to Saudi Arabia, but I need significantly more to go. Those are his words. You know what I'm saying? So, all they got to do is give him a bump. They was giving him $9 million for the UK, $9 million for the US. Now you want him to go to Saudi, throw him a little more.
That's a fact. I agree with that. But, it sounded like he was playing that game when he wanted it to be in the UK and all that other stuff. And just to me, it sounds to me like even they halfway didn't expect for him to come out the winner of that fight. Because if he signed that and if he pulling that, to me, it just sounds like, now he realized the ball was in his court and he didn't realize some stuff beforehand. That's just what it sounds like to me.
But that's okay too, though. That would still be okay. You took the fight on whatever terms. Now you won. Time to renegotiate. And whatever they let you negotiate, they let you negotiate. Listen, it ain't his fault. It's up to them not to allow this. But they're in a place where I don't think they have they can't. I don't think there's nothing they can do. You can't risk him walking away from this fight. You can't risk legal action because you're sidelining Joshua too. What? We supposed to go to court with Ruiz and let Joshua go fight somebody? Because what if Ruiz, right before he go to court, decides to settle? So Joshua got to be waiting. They don't want that court shit. That's fake threat.
I hear you on that. I'm with you on that. I just want to, clarify that, get it out the way, man. I appreciate you for picking up on the call, man. Other than that, man, I just want to say one thing, man, and that's Terence Crawford is the best fighter in the world. On that note, man, have a good Sunday.
Hey, man.
Great call, bro. I repeat, man, it might be the call of the fucking year.
You made Mike's day. Look, his head was so low right now. He was in his lap on his phone right now.
Uber Eats, goddamn, trying to find some food in this motherfucker.
Up, man. Listen, Nest GTO, Instagram and Twitter. Mike, where can they find you?
IG at Grouse1911 or on Twitter at Grouse2312 or in Indianapolis if you're in the area. But yeah, man, big ups to everybody that's joining the show. You know what I'm saying? Good look for Vergil Ortiz. Good win. Billy Joe Saunders. Hopefully, we get that info this week and we do a proper show on it. But yeah, other than that, smash that thumbs up button. See y'all tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock.
9
p.m. UK, 6 o'clock West Coast, and 8 o'clock Central.
Peace.
Yes, sir.